am I doing? I'm listening to my favorite podcast.
What that is?
SCTTTV. Soul Consciousness.
Welcome back to SCTT TV, where we bring soul consciousness to life, one story at a time. I'm Dean Michelle, writer, producer, and director of the Flowers series, and I'm honored to have you join us for another powerful episode. We will discuss what it really takes to bring a vision to life outside of the traditional Hollywood system. We're also getting personal as we explore the deep connections of siblinghood and how those relationships shape us. We'll touch on the characters of Flowers and how their personal experiences with trauma and sisterhood mirror real life struggles.
Hey family, it's Akosawa. How are y'all? We're so happy to have you back with us for another episode. But we have to tell you, filming isn't just about storytelling. It's about resilience, collaboration, and having a strong support system. And speaking of support systems, today we'll be touching on something very real: brotherhood and sisterhood. How do these relationships impact our creative journey? And how do our past experiences, including childhood traumas, shape the stories we tell?
Let's talk about family. Do you have siblings? What's your relationship like with them? And how do you think that relationship has influenced you?
Sometimes those relationships are strong. Sometimes they're complicated. For me personally, my siblings have been some of my biggest support systems at times, but we've also had our struggles. Have you ever had a moment where your sibling relationships taught you a major life lesson?
Sure it has. Well, we always try to keep it transparent here. So I think it's only right that we share our own experiences. Akosawa, what's something from your childhood that you feel has shaped who you are today?
From my childhood that has shaped who I am today, I would have to say that I've become a more compassionate person because I had to experience bullying very early. Even though that's not like necessarily a positive thing, it did make me stronger. It made me more resilient. I'm still a crybaby, but I don't.
Yes, you are.
I don't take no mess no more though. And I'm very protective of other people that are vulnerable because of it.
Yeah, that's true.
For me also, I've had moments of both deep love and deep pain in my family journey. I think so much of what we create as artists comes from that place. Michelle, what about you?
Well, as the youngest of 4 children, with a mom who was a single parent who was always working, she had to, I felt forgotten and ignored. And as a result, I became quiet and shy and kept my feelings to myself. Now, while that may sound like a bad thing, part of it was, but part of it wasn't. It taught me to be strong and independent and not worry so much about what other people thought about me or said.
For those that are watching or listening, if there's something you're very passionate about, something that you need healing from, something you've been wanting to say, find a way to express it through film, through writing, through music, or whatever creative measures that you might have. It might even just be dance, because your story matters.
And if you're working through family struggles, just know that you're not alone. Healing takes time, and it's okay to have complicated feelings. Just keep moving forward. You find your way.
And before we leave, so that we can tie in a little bit about Flowers, did you want to tell people anything about the characters or anything that stood out to you in the plays, or anything that people should look forward to seeing, healing, or anything like that?
Well, I think as far as women are concerned, you're going to find one or more of these characters relate to you. I almost guarantee it, because everybody I know has. If you've been through anything, if you've been through any type of abuse, or if you've just felt lonely or by yourself, you're going to relate to one of these characters, and you'll get to see how they deal with it and how they come through it. It's a very personal thing. And I noticed, like, when we did the play the first time and the second time, I actually had women come up and they were really emotional about it, because either they had been through something like that, one of these sisters, or they knew someone who had. But in doing this, it gives you some red flags to look for, because women don't always speak out, because for whatever reason, they're embarrassed, they're ashamed. This isn't your fault. It's something that happened. You get your help that you need, and then you get over it. And you share, so somebody else won't have to go through what you went through.
And I have to say that the last play that we did, All Their Blossoms, I got to be in a play with my sister, and I believe that really brought us close together. So even just being a part of the performance helped me, helped heal a relationship that was distant because she had moved away to college and, grow up and get their own friends and stuff. So I really appreciated that relationship. Bonding time.
Like ours.
Yes. You don't even know that this is actually mine, because we're like friends, best friends and sisters. So it definitely has brought us together.
Sometimes she really thinks that, so.
And she's brought a whole lot out of me, but she knows me very well. Make sure that you join us for our next episode 5, as we'll be talking about breaking generational curses. I would love for any experts that we have out there to chime in and tell us anything. If you're a therapist, if you're working with families, or if you wanted to share some insight, or maybe even just be a part of this episode, give us a call. All right, hit us up on social media. And how it relates to Flowers the film, that's what this episode is going to talk about, because that's a lot of what went on in the series as well. Remember,
that's it for today's episode. And if you were moved by it, just make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep this conversation going. Hit us up on social media and tell us your thoughts.
Well, remember, your journey is your own, but you are never alone.
Never.
Until next time, keep your soul conscious and
your vision clear.